The Portland Trailblazers, they got beat.
They did.
121-99, 22-point loss. And I sat there looking at that Boston Celtics team. I said, God, they are good. They are really good. Defensively,
Yes.
far superior than what they have rolled out there the last several years.
Yep. And this is a team that has played together for a long time. And what is...
It's Eric Carmen.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, Boston.
R.I.P.
Had to let it roll till we hit that part.
No, I knew it. That's just it broke me. But this Celtics team, seeing them live, it's the first time seeing them live this season. Watching them on TV, just any team in general. When you watch them on TV, there's just certain things you don't see, you don't feel. Watching them live, the Celtics don't run a ton of plays. They run a lot of actions and a lot of sets, but it's mostly freelance, which can kind of bite them in some clutch situations. But the relationships and the triggers that they can pull with their top end guys.
And former Blazer great Drew Holiday. He wasn't
Yes.
even in the lineup yesterday.
Indeed. But Tatum and Brown can put you under so much pressure. And Jalen Brown was so good getting downhill last night that it was kind of like, geez, that's a lot to deal with. And then Tatum just kind of picks and chooses, and then you've got Sam Hauser knocking down threes when you're in rotation. That was the thing I watched the Celtics over and over and over. They put you in rotation. They make you chase. And it's all very simple, but it's built on relationships. Tatum, Brown, Horford have been together forever. Forever. And everything feeds off Tatum and Brown. And you could just kind of have this understanding of where guys fit. Porzingis and Drew Holiday didn't play last night, but they fit seamlessly. If one thing doesn't work, they flow right into the next action. If that doesn't work, it flows right in the next. Then they flip it, and then they've got a counter. There was, late in the game, Jason Tatum was hunting Anthony Simons. And they were running double screens to get their switch because they knew that what they could get, again, because of their understanding.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 times in a row they run it. Twice Tatum backs Anthony Simons down, basically under the rim. And the Blazers don't help because they don't want to get put in rotation. They're like, well, we'll make Tatum take a fadeaway jumper. That's probably the best thing for them, right? Well, then the Blazers go to pre-switch with Jeremy Grant to keep them from getting the switch. Tatum fights back across it, ducks underneath, and attacks down the slot, and then gets to the rim when the Blazers are caught in between. Then the Blazers send help the next time. Horford dives, and they find Horford on the dive. And they just had something every single time, no matter what you did.
And I think that also says a lot about the Blazers, too. It says both a lot about both of those teams because we know the Blazers have improved on the defensive end of the floor, especially since post-All-Star break. They have not been as offensive defensively.
No, I think last night they were okay. You just saw the difference.
But I mean, great teams, they
exploit that.
Yes. But I have this question about Boston. As good as they are, and they are defensively, they're going to be in every single game in the playoffs, and they're going to be a really tough matchup, especially if we'll see. Believe it when we see it. Kristaps Porzingis is back in the lineup and healthy, but they're going to be so deep and good when Drew Holiday, one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. Just look at what Milwaukee was going through without him at the beginning of the year on the defensive end of the floor.
Mm-hmm.
They are. And they are so multidimensional on the defensive end of the floor. It's crazy to watch them. But I go, do I trust? And it's not just the Jason Tatum in clutch time, right? Because
although that's part of it,
that's a big issue, right? And his clutch numbers are not good. But Sam Hauser is their best 3-point shooter, right? Is he going to be on the floor in crunch time and late in games? Because he's 4th most attempts and their best 3-point percentage-wise shooter on their team right now. Is that the guy that you can lean on? Like, is he going to be on the floor in those minutes? And this is a team that shoots a ridiculous volume of threes, too.
That's the thing is you look at this team and I'm sitting there watching them and they can get threes whenever they want to because they put you in that rotation. They get you chasing. There's going to be gaps and you're going to help off of the Hausers of the world. Hell, when they're fully healthy, you're going to help off Drew Holiday and Derek White. Or you're going to put in rotation, and Kristaps Porzingis is going to run from the above the break 3-point line, get a switch, and take your little butt down to the post, and his 7'3" lanky bottom is going to shoot over the top of you. But what the thing is you're not getting here is you're not getting the rim pressure. And I'm sitting there watching this team last night, and this is what you do is you nitpick title contending teams because this is what it comes down to.
Yeah.
They were getting to the rim and passing up layups and passing up shots at the rim. And I'm sitting there going, I get it. You take and you make threes. They can put you in rotation. They can get downhill. But for the love of God, the layup is there. Take it.
Open.
Take it.
Open looks.
And it's just, nope, another three. Nope, another three. Nope, another three. And you're just like, for the love of God, please just like... I want to just kind of go through here real quick, the way their team is broken down. This is where their guys rank in their positions in the NBA on 3-point volume. Sam Hauser is in the 99th percentile. Peyton Pritchard is in the 98th percentile. Al Horford is in the 94th percentile. Derek White, 76th. Porzingis, 73rd. O'Shea Brissett, 72nd. They are just cranking out threes. But what's different is Jalen Brown, 14th percentile, Jason Tatum, 38th percentile. Where you see that changes, you see them endlessly taking mid-range jumpers, where Jason Tatum is in the 47th percentile in rim pressure.
Okay.
He gets to the rim, doesn't take shots. He settles. The math tells you he settles too much. Taking and making mid-range jumpers is a great thing. Having all these guys that are in the top percentile and taking threes is great, especially when they make them.
Exactly.
But when you're in the playoffs, the thing that will always be true is winning at the rim because there's too much volatility in three-point shooting, especially when you take them at the volume that this team takes them at.
And that will be the fascinating part with them is, do they start shooting fewer threes? Because last night was a crazy game, too. They went 15 of 40 from three.
Mm-hmm.
Hauser and Al Horford combined to go 9 of 13.
They hit almost all of them.
That means everybody else was 6 for 27.
Mm-hmm.
That's
bad.
22%.
That's the volatility, though.
And that right there, they still, like this says a lot about Portland, but they still won by 22 points. They are really good defensively. And that's the thing is that, like, at what point in the season do they start saying, we're going to take those bunnies? Because if they don't ever get to that point, I don't think I trust them.
And that's the thing is, you take a look at Tatum and Brown last night. They go 3 of 16 from three. If that's Milwaukee, how do you think that game goes?
They get run out of the gym.
Because where Boston capitalizes, they pummeled Portland on the offensive glass last night, 14 offensive rebounds. They didn't shoot themselves in the foot. They only had 3 turnovers, and they didn't foul.
Peyton Pritchard had a hell of a game, too.
Almost a triple-double.
Hometown kid coming home.
Yeah,
He got the stat muse treatment. Did you see that?
I did.
He got the stat muse treatment of
as a
starter. Starters to current active players in the NBA that average,
10, 6, and 6.
Yeah, and it's like
because he had
Peyton
11,
Pritchard.
8, and 8 last night as a
because
starter.
he's had 10 starts in his career.
Yeah.
But he's been really good every time he starts.
And he chased the triple-double last night. They left him in to try to get it.
But do it in your hometown.
Yeah, exactly. It was fun. But I thought the Blazers, for the most part, played well. And it wasn't like some moral victory. It's just like they're just out-talented. That's really what it came down to. That's a title-contending team. And I asked Chauncey Billups about it post-game, and he goes, I go, how far along are you guys? Or how far away from this? He goes, yeah, we're a long way from that. But that's what we want to be. Not just that good, but the idea of like being so connected on both sides of the floor, being on the same page, having the understanding. And the thing that not only him, but the rest of the team emphasizes that comes with being together for a long time, 3, 4, 5, 6 years together, to where you just have that secondary understanding.
Having your top 7 players play more than a half would be a good start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those that don't know what Dusty's talking about,
great.
the Trailblazers top 7 of Scoot Henderson, Shaden Sharp, Anthony Simons, Jeremy Grant, Malcolm Brogdon, and Robert Williams III have played collectively one half of basketball together this year. If you take Robert Williams III out of it, they have played 4 games.
And that, I think, is where the frustration of
Do you think
a lot of
Jason
the Blazer
Tatum-
fans who don't see the progression that the guys that are playing have made, that's where it's at, because it's like, how are you ever going to get to that point without going through the struggle of having all those guys together? And it's like they're never on the floor together. Never.
I think Tatum and Brown have been together for more than 4 games.
They have.
Yeah.
They have. And that's where,
5 conference
like,
finals.
you can't keep shutting down your guys. And this year is different, but like last year, this is now year 3 where we don't, like, it's all injuries and guys not playing and guys being shut. You can't build that continuity, and you can't really see what the vision is until you get those guys all out on the floor together.
And that's something hopefully the Blazers will have when they get Shaden Sharp back here in a couple weeks. Chauncey Billups did say that Shaden is ramping up more from no activity to some to a little bit more.
All right.
So,
all right.
Organizationally, the plan has been for the last couple of weeks that I've heard that hopefully Shaden Sharp can get out there in the final 5 to 10 games.
Okay.
So there's a little kernel of something.
That'd be great.